and Philadelphia counties. I'm happy to be joined by PennDOT Secretary Mike Carroll, State Senator Katie Muth, State Representative Joe Cerisi, Montgomery County Commissioner Thomas DeBello, and our PennDOT staff for design, construction, and maintenance. We have a big year ahead of us across District 6, including here on US 422 in Montgomery County, where PennDOT is investing $6.2 million to fully pave and extend the life of 4.2 miles of expressway between Route 29 and the Royersford Trap interchanges in Limerick and Upper Providence townships. PennDOT's commitment and continued investments into improving and modernizing our highways, bridges, and multimodal connections will be apparent across the region, with 73 new projects moving into construction and an additional $500 million in investment. These 73 projects, in addition to the 124 projects we presently have under construction, total $4 billion. I will highlight some of the notable projects that will be starting or continuing this construction season, but first I want to introduce our leader, PennDOT Secretary Mike Carroll. Thank you.
Okay, Dean, thanks so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mike Carroll, the PennDOT Secretary. Thrilled to be here in Montgomery County with so many friends, and thrilled to be here with PennDOT District 6 leader Dean Abbasi and his wonderful team that serves this very important region of our Commonwealth. Southeast PA, as everyone knows, is a critical economic driver for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and so it's critically important that we have a safe and efficient transportation network to support that activity. Dean and his team are certainly up to that challenge, and I'm always impressed by the work that's done here in District 6. You know, meeting the needs, the transportation needs of 13 million people is a tall order, but PennDOT is up to that challenge. Under Governor Shapiro's leadership, PennDOT is committed to meeting that mission every day. Since Governor Shapiro took office, over 19,000 miles of roadway have been improved, and work has advanced on over 1,700 state and local bridges. These numbers reflect projects large and small, with all major impacts to communities across Pennsylvania. Also, thanks to the 2025-2026 budget signed by the governor, PennDOT is investing over $37 million this year to pave and preserve less traveled, often rural roads in 20 counties across our state, thanks to the additional motor license fund dollars that were redirected back to PennDOT from the Pennsylvania State Police. Right here in Montgomery County, PennDOT is investing over $6 million this year, as Dean said, to pave and extend the life of 4 miles of 422 behind us between Route 29 and the Royersford interchanges, and that's the result of the redirected funds from the State Police. However, transportation isn't just roads and bridges. PennDOT, of course, is committed to supporting all modes of transportation. And we're proud to support projects of all kinds through PennDOT's Multimodal Transportation Fund, which is a fund that was created that gives communities and counties the ability to do projects that they deem important and would like to fund with dedicated funds that are granted by PennDOT. The Borough of Conshohocken received $1.3 million for a road diet to calm traffic speed and improve pedestrian safety on Fayette Street. In Upper Providence Township, they received $3 million to construct a roundabout at the Bilbus Road, Route 113 and 2nd Ave, as well as replace a bridge. And Tallmenson Township received $3 million to improve an intersection at Welsh Road and Orvilla Road. I would encourage other communities across the 5-county region of District 6 to consider multimodal transportation grants from PennDOT for projects that they deem important. It's a wonderful tool for communities, as I just mentioned, those and others across the region. The application period for the multimodal PennDOT funds comes every fall, and there's plenty of information available at the PennDOT website to learn more about it. I'll end with this. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's economy is driven by these 5 counties in Southeast PA that comprise PennDOT's District 6. The important economic activity that happens here is dependent upon a functioning transportation system that includes roads and bridges, transit, passenger rail, bikes and peds, and of course we have the Port of Philadelphia and aviation that's important in this region. literally every mode of transportation that we have in Pennsylvania has a presence, a significant presence here in District 6. And so the governor and I and PennDOT are completely committed to making sure the transportation network in Montgomery County and every county in this region and across the state is up to the challenge of meeting the economic and safe travel needs of Pennsylvanians. Dean, I'm proud of the work that you and your team do here in District 6, and I'll turn it back to you.
Thank you, Secretary Carroll. Across the region this year, PennDOT will be rehabilitating, reconstructing, and resurfacing more than 345 miles of highways and repairing, replacing, and preserving 39 bridges, which equate to nearly 1 million square feet of bridge deck area. Notable projects that are expected to go out for bid or begin construction this year include in Bucks County, the reconstruction of North Oxford Valley Road through the Lincoln Highway and Bristol Oxford Valley Road intersections and Falls in Middletown Townships. And in Milford Township, 2 bridge replacements and roadway reconstruction of 663 and Allentown Road. In Chester County, the reconstruction of approximately 5-mile stretch of Route 896 between London Britain and New London Townships to reduce crashes and related injuries. And the replacement of an existing bridge that carries Route 82 over Buck Run in West Brandywine and East Fallowfield Townships. In Delaware County, the replacement of a bridge carrying State Road over Darby Creek in Springfield and Upper Darby Townships. And the reconstruction of an intersection at US 202 and Route 1 in Concord and Chadsford Township to reduce congestion and improve safety. In Montgomery County, the replacement of a bridge that carries Route 611 over SEPTA at Noble Station in Abington Township and Jenkintown Borough. In Upper Frederick Township, the replacement of a bridge that carries Perkiomenville Road over Scioto Creek. In Philadelphia County, the construction and installation of safety improvements along Cobbs Creek Parkway and 63rd Street between Chestnut Street and 67th Street. And another project that will build and install safety improvements along various sections of Frankfurt Ave corridor. Notable projects that will continue in construction this year: in Bucks County, we'll be finishing up the replacement of a bridge that carries Brownsville Road over Neshaminy Creek in Lower Southampton and Middletown Townships. And in Middletown Township, completing the reconstruction of Langhorne Yardley Road and its intersections with Bridgetown Pike and Woodburn Road. In Chester County, the reconstruction and widening of a 1.3-mile section of US 1 in Kennett and East Marlborough Townships. And in West Whiteland Township, remediating sinkholes and improving drainage at 2 locations along US 30. In Delaware County, the reconstruction and widening of US 322 in Upper Chichester. And in Prospect Park Borough and Tinicum Township, the replacement of twin bridges that carry Route 420 over the Darby Creek. In Montgomery County, the reconstruction of 2.1 miles of US 422 in Lower Pottsgrove Township. And in Lower Providence Township, the reconstruction of the Ridge Pike and Germantown Pike intersection. In Philadelphia County, the replacement and expansion of a covered area over I-95 in the Penn's Landing section, the I-95 CAT project. And rehabilitating the bridges that carry Market Street over Amtrak and I-76, the Schuylkill River Trail and CSX Railroad at 30th Street Station in Center City. These projects are extremely notable, extremely challenging to deliver, and we're very proud to do them. These projects would not have become a reality without the support of our elected officials. We have a few of them here with us today, and I'd like to begin with State Senator Katie Muth.
Good afternoon. This is probably one of the most bizarre press conferences to be standing on the side of the 422, but it is fitting to be here to show the public how many cars are going by us, even though this is not rush hour. So I'm State Senator Katie Muth. I represent parts of 3 counties, so we have a lot of roads in Chester, Berks, and Montgomery counties, and want to endlessly thank the PennDOT staff for everything that they do. I mean, they, despite having a lot of projects on their plate, they are the most responsive, department to work with in terms of making sure even just potholes in the winter season are patched for public safety reasons, and just want to say thank you to the staff and everyone that is going to be working on these projects. My request to the public is to slow down during these work zones. I can't express that enough. There are so many accidents on this highway specifically, even when there isn't construction happening. I even myself, when I first moved here, almost 10 years ago now, I totaled my car on the 422. So this highway is extremely packed with people and often not following the speed limit. So I hope that every member of the public remembers that every time they get in the car, whether they're on the 422 or elsewhere, that driving safely is important, and also for the workers that are on our roads doing these projects, please slow down and please be mindful that they are on the job, and there are worker deaths on highway projects, and we want to keep that number at 0. And I really appreciate working with Secretary Carroll and his willingness to be accessible. He has come out to different parts of Senate District 44 for me to show him how overdevelopment and has really taken a toll on our road system, and grateful that he has been willing to be so accessible, and again, all of the staff here. And I just want to say that we have first responders here as well, and want to say thank you to all of our first responders for responding to all sorts of things that happen along our roadways, and especially the 422, whether it be cars breaking down, battery fires, whatever the thing is, you all show up and make sure that people are kept safe. So I just want to acknowledge that you're all here, and as well as Upper Providence Township. Thank you for always working with our office to to make sure that our roads are safe and infrastructure is updated. And I don't know who I'm turning it over to, but thank you for being here today, and thank you, Secretary Carroll and PennDOT.
Thanks, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Muth. I'd like to bring up another important supporter of PennDOT and its program across the region, and especially a big proponent for work on US 422. Please join me in welcoming State Representative Joe Cerisi.
Is it me? That was me, okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome here to Upper Providence. I'm Representative Joe Cerisi. I represent the 146th District, which is Limerick, Royersford, and out to Pottstown. I'm thrilled today to host the Secretary Carroll, who I served with in the House for many years. Thank you for coming out here. And it's important to see the Secretary in our district to acknowledge what sits behind us is 422, one of the busiest highways in the greater Philadelphia region. We see thousands, tens of thousands of cars on here, and I know I commuted to Philadelphia for 17 years and sat here as a parking lot at times. We've seen the growth of this community over the 25 years I've lived here has been exponential. And the amount of people that are on this highway and the wear this highway gets, and to see the investment. Now today we're talking about paving, and I've been quoted many times with different things about paving, and I've called PennDOT in our office is probably one of the most popular things we hear about is potholes, potholes, potholes. And my last call to them was part of it was like the dark side of the moon with craters. But they're here to make a commitment, and they understand. And when we look at Pennsylvania and the amount of roads we have, combined there's more roads here than where? New England? All of New England?
And the New England states combined.
Combined in Pennsylvania. So the amount of work PennDOT has is unbelievable what they have to do. Now, not only are we going to see this portion paved, but what we're seeing also in Lower Pottsgrove with the new bridges and the wall that's going up and the different programs that they've talked about supporting. It's important, like my colleague said, Senator Muth, that when we see these contractors out and our workers, we slow down on the highways. We also have to understand the amount of work that they have to do. This is not easy work. And I know we'll get phone calls that they're working now and we're trying to go to bed. There's only certain times that they can get on this road, because if they get on this road during rush hour, you're talking 3 hours to get home from the city, or 4 hours to get home, which is even worse. So I'm looking forward to finally, and I said this to everyone, you all know how many blowouts I got over the last year. I traded the car in because I couldn't handle it anymore, and some were on this road. But they are here to make the commitment, and the commitment to make sure that we are taking care of our roads, but we also have an obligation to take care of the roads. I'm going to just say one more thing, and to Secretary Carroll and all of PennDOT's credit. The litter that we have seen on this road has been ridiculous. And the amount of money it costs to have PennDOT come out and the time to pick up litter. Please don't throw things out your car windows and pick up after yourselves. because this road was so littered. PennDOT was out here for, I think, almost 2 weeks cleaning up the mess. That's 2 weeks that they couldn't be on the road fixing them. So again, thank you, Secretary Carroll. Thank you to the PennDOT team. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Representative Cerisi. We're also happy to have the support of Montgomery County and its commissioners. I'm pleased to introduce Montgomery County Commissioner Thomas DeBello.
Good afternoon, everyone. As mentioned, I'm Montgomery County Commissioner Tom DeBello, and I always enjoy the opportunity to follow Representative Cerisi. I was just proud to be able to say he didn't sing today, which is always a plus. But in all seriousness, that we're here for a real reason, a real good reason, and we want to welcome PennDOT and thank them for coming to our area. For those that have Facebook accounts or follow Facebook, there's pages that are dedicated to 422, and there's constantly people have been complaining and talking about the potholes along 422. As mentioned, as you heard, that this is a very well-traveled road. The traffic is unbelievable, especially during rush hour in the morning and in the afternoon. It just gets crazy, and many days it turns into a parking lot and very slow-moving traffic. But unfortunately, throughout the day as well, as you can see, the thousands of cars that go through here every hour, and the accidents that have happened, and people swerving potholes. A friend of mine, her son was involved in a motorcycle accident, was going down 422, and a car swerved to miss a pothole and actually swerved into him and hit him on his motorcycle. And thank God he was okay. But that's the impacts that this is having on 422. So it's great to see the representatives here. It's great to see PennDOT here. And it's amazing to be able to say that after all the complaining over the last 6-7 months about 422 and this section, that it's going to be taken care of. So all the people here in Montgomery County that ride 422 day in and day out, we appreciate all the efforts, and we're looking forward to having this road repaired. And as mentioned, it's going all the way up to Lower Pottsgrove, and with the roads being expanded and repaired up there. So 422 is coming up to date as far as addressing all the problems, all the issues that we've been hearing about. So we're really excited to see this project get underway. As Montgomery County, we have probably 17 plus projects just on county roads that are currently underway throughout the county as well. So we're out there, the state's going to be out there, the county's out there, and we're doing everything we possibly can to ensure that our roads are secure, safe, and easy to travel on. So again, thank you to PennDOT, and thank you for having us here today.
Thank you, Commissioner. I also want to thank Limerick Township Manager Daniel Kerr and Upper Providence Township Manager Tim Typerman for joining us today. I also want to take this opportunity to recognize PennDOT and its regional staff for all their hard work. That goes for all our contractors, our consultants, stakeholders, and partners who work tirelessly to improve our transportation network. You've heard Senator Muth, you've heard Representative Cerisi, you heard Secretary Carroll emphasize that as more construction projects get underway in the region, drivers can anticipate seeing more work zones and are urged to keep in mind the safety of them and our highway workers. When encountering a work zone, please drive the posted speed limit and turn on your headlights. Pay close attention to signs and flaggers and avoid all distractions. We want everybody to go home at night, so it's very important. I'd also like to reiterate to the public that we at PennDOT would like to continue to work hard every day to deliver the best products and services so that you can travel safely every day. And with that, we will open to any questions. Thank you all so much. Yes, sir. So this project will be completed within one construction season, so we're anticipating bringing crews out soon and being done as fast as we can, but it would be a matter of weeks, not years. So a construction season generally begins around now when the plants open up in springtime and ends before the end of fall. We expect to be complete well before the end of fall. Yes. Not all. we have 50 projects that are starting in 2026. We have a significant carryover of projects that have started previously.
All right. Thanks, Dean.
Thanks all.
Photo opportunity. You guys want to gather? You're not.